Good day once again. Mr. Tabo Maupa here again. Today I'm going to present Grade C Module 8 titled Written Reports. Report writing is a very important part of security work, and it's something that is done on a daily basis during your duty on your shift, as well as even during when they are doing admin at a senior level. They are dealing with reports. Well, security, it's an industry which is mainly dealing with orders and reports, whereby the directive comes from the directors to the managers on what should be done, how the operations are supposed to be carried out. Then it goes to the managers pass it through to the supervisors, from the supervisors down to the guards. Then the guards in return, now they also write reports in the form of daily reports about routine patrols, situation reports, and so on, and pass it on to the supervisor, who in turn sends it up to the managers, and then the managers give feedback to the directors of the company. That's how security operates. It's actually an industry of orders and reports to ensure 100% rendering of services to the clients. All right. So every security officer at this stage, when you are doing Grade C, they expect you to be able to compile or to write a report. It's not something that you have to put English, big words, and so on. It's something that you just have to portray the picture of exactly what is going on accurately, right? Concisely, objectively, understand, so that anybody who is going to handle that report or receive that report, either is a feedback or a report on ad hoc activities that are happening on site, it should be something that is readable. It should be something that should have a meaning, and it should be a report that is indicating that you have got competent security officers on the ground. Right. So the aim of this module is simply to ensure that security officers are able to write a good report, which is acceptable within the functions of the security industry. The objective is to ensure that whenever you compile a report, it has to have the requirements it must meet in order for it to be an authentic report, right? And when you write a report, you should be able to place your paragraphing in a sensible manner, in such a way that the recipient of that report will be able to connect the dots. And exactly as we intended it to reach the recipient, it will reach exactly in that sense or context. Right. Also, in the objective, you must know how to include the 6 critical questions when compiling or writing a report. You must also know about the components of a report, what makes it up. That is where I was talking about paragraphing and so on. Right, we're going to come to that. So that's the objective of the module. Right. So to begin with, now we're going to start straight with the requirements of a written report. These are the requirements which every report must meet in order to be of minimum authenticity to whoever the recipient is. Right. A report has got 6 requirements. Number 1, it must be complete. 2, it must be concise. 3, it must be accurate. 4, it must be objective. 5, it has to be descriptive. And number 6, it should be honest. Those are the 6 requirements of a written report. When they say it must be complete, or let's say accurate, right? It means it should accurately be reported as it is, as what happened, not to add or subtract some things. That's the accuracy part. Concise, meaning it should be short, not so many words, but it should be short and to the point, including all important facts. Right. And then objectivity now is when about now you indicate the aim of that report. Either it needs some rectifications or security measures to be improved, or if it's a culprit, you arrested a suspect, are your intentions to see it going to court? It must be indicated there. That is the objective part. And then descriptive, you include now the description patterns of people, description patterns of vehicles, description patterns of objects. The same description patterns that we did at grade E, module 8, observation, where we discussed about description patterns of people, description patterns of vehicles, as well as description patterns of objects, and as well as being able to describe the crime scene and stuff like that. Right. So those are the requirements of a written report. That the descriptive part. Then the honest part, which means do not, report lies. You have to report as it occurred. Don't add anything. Do not lie in a report, because a report is actually a statement given under oath. Otherwise, if you lie there, you're going to find yourself in trouble if they discover that you added some lies to it. So those are what we call the 6 requirements of a written report. Right. Let's go now to the components. What makes up a report? Components, now we're talking about the heading. Heading, we're talking about the subject matter. The story that is in that report should be indicated by the heading precisely, in short. For example, murder at 6th Street, right? Rape behind Pick and Pay or behind the mall. You understand? An attractive heading which actually attracts audience, because reports are done for audiences, obviously. Even if you are reporting at work, there's people who are gonna listen to what you are saying through that report. So they must now be drawn into the picture, to a scenario of what you are trying to put across. Right. So what happens now after the heading, then now we have the first paragraph, which we call introduction. Usually that's where now you put your names and your designation. I am so and so, and then I'm working at such a place, and then my duties are this, that, and the other. That's the introduction now. We introduce yourself. Then after the introduction, we come now to what they call the body. The body, that's where now you must explain the details, what actually ensued, what happened, for you to end up writing that report in reference to what happened. You want it to be known now. You are actually informing the people that were not there that this is what happened. Right, so that's the body. So you write the story of whatever happened, done. Then, sorry. Then after writing that, then now you must put your comments in relation to what happened. Was it a crime? And then what happened? And what do you think caused this crime? What do you think can be done? Right? How did you see the whole picture or the whole scenario of what just played out? So you give your comments, and then after that you put recommendations, things that you think can be done to rectify the situation so that it won't happen again, or things that you think they can be improved so that maybe to improve safety wherever you are working at. And then after that, that is what you call the recommendation. Then you go to the conclusion. Conclusion, that's where you simply write your name, or you can declare under oath first, right? Then you write your name, ID number, company number, and then signature, you sign. Those are what we call the components of a report. Right. Then we come now to the six on the contents now, the contents that you write, that the way that you do it, you should be answering the 6 critical questions, which we call who, what, when, where, why, and how. Exactly the six critical words that are used by journalists, you apply those so that your story becomes alive. Then they know what are you talking about, who did what did he do, when did he do it, where, the location now, why did he do it, and how did he do it. It's 6 critical questions. You answer those questions. Who did what? Then maybe you give a name of a person. Because later after arrest, maybe you realize this person, you ask for identity. Then you identify the person. You can identify maybe the description patterns and all those things, age approximately, height approximately, and so on. Then what did he do? Then you explain the crime, if it's a crime that he committed on your side, right? When did he do it? Time frame. If it's 10 o'clock, indicate 12 o'clock. 10 o'clock. If it's 12 o'clock, indicate 12. If it's 2 o'clock, indicate the time frame. All right. The exact time when it happened. That is the when part. The where, it means location. At which place exactly did this happen? Then you indicate if it's what town, what city, or a location, whatever. Then you mention, if it's a company, you write the company, write the address, and so on, everything. That's there. Where, which is location. Then, how was it resolved? Then it ended up now to the fact that you actually ended up writing this report because of that incident. That's how it was resolved. And you called the management, your management, they came through, they contacted the cops, and the person was taken into custody. That is how it was resolved. Why did it happen? That's where now you indicate the weaknesses which led to the events of what happened. Maybe there can be a loophole, maybe there isn't enough security, or the security are understaffed, maybe there's no CCTV. So at the corner where this happened, if it's a shoplifting thing, there isn't any surveillance there. Those things, that why it happened. All right. So these are what we call the 6 critical questions under the contents of report, which you must answer while compiling the report. Just like journalism, it's the same, it doesn't change. You can ask all journalists, they know that. But somebody was questioning me, what are you doing with these things? It's our things, because he was doing journalism at university. I said, even us, we are using it. Do not undermine or look down on us. We're also using it because we also write reports. And journalism, it's about reports for an audience. Simple. It's the same thing. Right. So after the 6 critical questions, now we come to the descriptive part. If you remember, the requirement said, number 1, accurate, 2, complete, 3, concise, 4, objective, 5, descriptive, 8, honest, 6, honest, right? We come now to the 5th one, descriptive. Is a requirement of a written report. That's where now we insert description patterns of people. What are the description patterns of people? Maybe people who are not with me in grade E, they've forgotten or they don't know. Description patterns of people are build, age, race, height, gender, which is sex, and then the hair. Those are the description patterns of people. Then description patterns of vehicles. We're talking about make, model, color, registration number, year of manufacture, description. Those are the description patterns of vehicles. Then description patterns of objects, size, color, form, signs of damage, wear and tear. Those are the description patterns of objects. So that is all about report writing. There isn't nothing much. It's gonna be more if you are heading for grade B, because that's where now they'll be giving you form of statements, how to construct them and so on. But they expect that each and everybody that trains security is quite literate to an extent that they can understand how to write a report. They can read and write, which means they are not illiterate, but they can understand in simple English how a report must be done. Otherwise, reports in security, they start with duty on. You write in the occurrence book when you arrive on duty. You started reporting. Are you there? Yes, I'm there. What time? You indicate, right? And then equipment received. All those are reports. They are going somewhere. When the supervisor comes, he opens the OB before he signs with the red pen, because you use black, unless you are making an entry to highlight. But most of the time, you must use black pen. Then the supervisor must come and sign at the end of your shift to vouch for you that this is what actually happened. I went there and supervised, and this is the truth. That's the beginning of reports. Each and every hour you are writing all in order on site, patrol around the site, all in order on site. If there's an incident, then you indicate and entry. You write entry with a red pen. Then from there you write whatever happened. If it's including a vehicle, registration number, blah, 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 everything. Then after that, you leave the entry. You come back to black pen. You do your normal routine patrols now, you understand, which is also part of inspection. That's the importance of reports. It starts even with the OB in the security industry. On a daily basis, you have to fill that one: duty on, duty off, situation report on site, always giving feedback. In case there's an emergency, then it can be able to be combated before it actually gets worse, or maybe end up injuring people or killing people and so on. So that is the reason why they gave you this module 8, grade C, titled Written Reports. Right. Under this module, we've got questions in the progress test. Well, we've got about 4 questions in the progress test, which are: question 1, list the 6 requirements of a written report. The answers are: number 1, accurate; 2, complete; 3, concise; 4, objective; 5, descriptive; 6, honest. That is question 1. Question 2, what is sitting at question 2? Question 2, list 5 components of a written report. Right, then we've got introduction. We start with the heading, introduction, comments, recommendation, and conclusion. Those 5. Right. Then we go now to the contents also, but that is now where the 6 critical questions to be answered when compiling a report or when writing a report. Right. It's who, what, where, when, why, and how. It's also 6. Those are the 6 critical questions that you must ask, you must answer when you are compiling a report or writing a report. Right. Then that was question 3. Question 4, list 5 description patterns of people, which is: number 1, build; 2, race; 3, age; 4, height; 5, hair; 6, gender. You just only put 5 there. Of vehicles and objects is not there on the progress test. So that is all about this module I've done for you today. I just hope you benefit out of it in your quest for security certificates and security training, so that you can be employed and go and work as a security officer. Thank you very much. I'm gonna start doing videos for progress tests, all grades E to C, and then I will do grade C final examination here with you tomorrow. Then I'm done with EDC. Then I'm now going to the supervisor now, grade B. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Thanks for your support. See you in the next video.